Welcome to another regaling of strange fantasy, obscure odysseys meant to shock the nervous system and stir the very core of your soul. Tonight's tale is of consequence by design. The greatest fault of man is the unwavering desire to pursue one's desires. If the remonstrance implores a sense of sanctity, then the logical solution would be to walk away, lest you be damned. Oh, but the hubris of man could never let it be so simple. In this installment entitled Tiger by the Tail.
You sure are breaking new ground in your progress amongst the garden, Dr. Mox.
Yes. The tomatoes are blooming nice and ripely. I've already plucked several carrots for a hearty stew tonight. Now if I can just dig this hole deep enough for the apple tree to take root.
That's all well and good, Donald. Just try not to strain yourself too hard. Dr. Willin says you shouldn't be overexerting yourself. Your heart's not as young as your spirit anymore.
My heart is just fine. What's the bother? I'm just digging a hole in my garden. Besides, you nor Dr. Willin have ever lived the adventurous and grand life that I have. I've traveled the globe and seen the great wonders that are hidden and in plain sight. From the jungles of Peru to the Antarctic ice. This, what I'm doing right now, could hardly be considered overexertion. Retirement has me seeking reprieve in honest labor that keeps my mind sharp and keeps my body from atrophying.
Oh, I forgot about the dangerous lives historians can lead. That's still no excuse to go and throw your back out digging a hole for a couple of apple trees. But all right, no need to be an old Scrooge. Here, I've brought you some iced tea.
You Americans and your iced tea. Tea should never be served cold. Is it decaf?
Well, on such a hot English day such as this, you should be so grateful for a cold drink. And no, it's just regular black tea.
Fine, give it here.
Hey, manners.
Please, and thank you, Casey.
Here you are, and you're welcome.
I suppose it is growing on me. As long as it's never decaf, I can't stand that bloody aftertaste.
Is that right? Well, what if I were to tell you that it is decaf?
What? Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Quit playing mind games with me, Casey. Is it decaf or not?
Of course it is. You really think I'd give you the hard stuff? You've been drinking decaf ever since Dr. Willin said you should cut down on your caffeine intake. And that was over 2 years ago.
You wear me down like no other, Casey. Why do I put up with you?
Because you love me like the daughter you never had. And my rates are very affordable for a live-in assistant. Now, don't work too hard, and I'll go get the stew ready. Where are those carrots you've set aside?
Yes, I suppose there is some legitimacy to your theory. Carrots are over here, darling. And thank you for the tea.
You are most welcome, Dr. Mox. I'll be back out in a bit to check on you.
Young little brat. Overexertion, poppycock. It is overexertion for me to attempt drinking that god-awful weak American iced tea. Decaf. What a load of confounded boulders. I'll just have to dig around you then, eh, Mr. Boulder? I say, how large is this blasted rock? Not very jagged like a normal boulder. Rather smooth, even. Good Lord, how far do you go? It must be over a meter deep at least. What is this?
Dr. Mox, how late were you planning on tilling in the dirt? Dinner is just about ready. Oh, my word, Donald! What have you done to the garden?
I'm trying to dig it up.
Yes, I can obviously see that. Why have you dug up the entire garden? And what's with the giant rock?
This is no rock. There's some sort of message chiseled in Latin here on the sides. I can't fully make out what it says. I know this word, though. Opus, which means wealth or fortune. We need to dig this up. It could be very important to history.
Latin? What do you mean important?
Well, it's no secret that Julius Caesar once conquered Great Britain. It was rumored that Caesar was obsessed with the ancient Egyptian gods and mysticisms. And from what he had collected along his travels in Egypt, he buried here, all over Great Britain. And with the Rome Latin scripture on the sides, I think we may have stumbled across a great part of history.
Oh my, this is...
Incredible! We need to form an excavation group immediately.
It's after 6. The sun has nearly set. Come inside and rest your bones for the night, and we'll discuss this further.
But why wait? This could be accomplished tonight.
Because good things come to those who wait. Now come on, give me your hand and let me help you out of this pit you've dug.
Fine. Oh, good. The rain will soften up the soil for tomorrow. You see, Casey, destiny wants us to dig that stone out of the ground. It's fate. I know it is.
That's great, Donald. Now let's get ourselves inside before we get rained on.
All right, all right.
Would you please stop staring out that window? Your precious stone artifact isn't going anywhere.
I know.
Here, I brought you another brandy.
Another?
Oh, don't act so surprised. You worked hard today. It's wonderful that you've discovered a new part of history, and I'm very proud for you. So proud, in fact, I'll even join in sharing a brandy. Cheers, Dr. Mox, and congratulations.
Thank you, Casey. Warms my bones just right. Quite the day we have ahead of us tomorrow.
I'd say so. Davy and the boys will be here at dawn, so better get some shut-eye while we can.
Yes, yes. Casey, may I ask you something?
You just did.
Clever. But in all seriousness, I have a question for you.
Of course, Donald. What is it?
This artifact lying underneath the soil could propose quite the fortune in my favor. And what I want to know is, which country do you want to go visit first?
Donald, you really had me going there for a second. But for me, it's not about the money. I don't need massive amounts of money to be happy in life. I can still experience it for free.
So naive. How do you expect to experience anything at all other than what's in front of you? You see, the virtuous splendors in life can only be had through expulsion of funds. Money is the physical ticket to exchange for fleeting happiness.
I can't believe in that.
And why not?
Because I am happy. In life, and in most things really, and I experienced the virtuous splendors of life just today. I was lucky enough to bear witness to the unearthing of ancient history, and it was completely free.
Perhaps for you.
What do you mean?
I pay for your services, do I not?
Yes, but I don't see what the... Oh, I see. So no matter what, money revolves around everything.
Now you're getting the bigger picture. If you did not desire money, then you would not be under my employ. Thus, you would have experienced no such splendor.
Great. Are you done making me feel bad?
Hurting your feelings is furthest from my intention. The truth can sometimes do that for us.
If it's all right, I think I'll be off to bed now. Did you need anything else before I say goodnight?
Casey, look at me. I'm sorry if I offended you.
It's all right, truly, it is. Did you need anything else?
No, thank you. Good night, Casey.
Good night, Dr. Mox.
All right, boys, let's really put some effort into this one. Ready? And pull! Drop it, Williams!
What?
Dig up more around the top right corner. Almost got her hat, boys. Now grab your ropes and let's try it again.
I'm so excited I can hardly contain myself. Thank you again, Davy, for making me top priority this morning.
Think nothing of it, Donald. Always glad to help out an old friend. If you excuse me, best make sure none of my men get hurt. All right, boys, and lift. Come on. Lift, goddammit, lift. Keep going. It's not out of the ground. Keep going. Lift.
This is wrong. This is evil incarnate. Keep it in the ground. Do not dig it up. Keep it in the ground, for heaven's sake. It is cursed.
That damned neighbor of mine. Casey! Casey! Ah, there you are. See to it at once that Mrs. Collins is removed from my premises. She's causing a disturbance.
Right away, Dr. Mox.
Get away from me, child. Get away. Shoot. I have every right to be here. This is an act against God. Stop what you are doing and repent. Keep that evil in the ground.
It's out of the ground now.
Evil, I say. Pure evil.
Hey, the rope is breaking! We're losing control!
Someone get her out of here now!
Evil!
Oh, God!
Jesus Christ!
Oh, my God. Mrs. Collins.
Oh, I can't bear to look. Is she alive?
She's dead. Poor thing. Her body crushed by the stone.
Oh, God.
Thank you again for everything today, Davy. I truly appreciate the assistance. And I'm sorry that you and your men had to experience such a gruesome death in the process.
Yeah, that poor old woman, such a shame. Such a way to go out, really. Crushed by a stone. Terrible, just terrible. Well, I'll be off, Dr. Mox. Take care of yourself, eh? And let me know what your colleagues at the museum have to say about that stone. If their order's grand enough, I'd be expecting a handsome cut, eh?
Yes, yes. I won't forget about you, dear old Davy. In fact, I don't think I'll be forgetting about this day anytime soon.
Aye, tragic. Here one minute, gone the next. Give Casey my condolences. Young girl like that should never have to see something so hard.
I will do. She just needs a rest.
Take care of yourself, Donald.
You as well, Davy. Good night. Yes, yes. A handsome reward you will turn indeed. Oh, just look at you. A perfectly preserved relic of time. How fortunate I am. Hope the bloodstains are not a deal breaker. Yes, yes. You, a precious stone, will be my life's redeemer. My greatest footnote in history. I'm not ready to retire. I want the adventure. To feel alive, not confined. You understand, That's what you must have felt all these centuries. Encased in stone, whatever you are. We are the same. Trapped. But you see, I am your freedom as you are mine. We will set each other free.
Dr. Mox.
Casey, hello.
Hello. Why are you still out here in the shed?
I'm just examining the stone, trying to decipher the worn Latin text etched onto its sides.
Any idea of what it says yet?
Sadly, no. The stone casing is weathered from time. It's hard to make out what each symbol may be.
What do you mean by stone casing?
Precisely what it implies. This stone box is merely a shell for what lies inside. That is the true treasure.
There's something inside the stone.
Correct.
Well, don't leave me waiting with bated breath. What is it?
I'm not sure.
What?
I won't be able to know until one of two things happens. Either we crack the stone and see what's inside, or we call upon a Roman Latin expert to decipher the message on the box to clue us in. What sounds most logical to you? Cracking it open, right?
Quite the opposite. I think we should wait and have this expertly looked at before we make any rash decisions. We should proceed with caution in things unknown. Poor Mrs. Collins, she seemed very adamant about this being left in the ground. Cursed and evil.
Yes, and then it crushed her to death.
Donald! That's very rude of you to say about the recently departed. All I'm trying to say is that she was very wanting of the stone to remain unearthed, so much so that it resulted in her death. So, we should proceed with caution. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, but you see, we
Wouldn't you agree, Doctor?
Yes, fine. God, you wear me down.
Good. Thank you for agreeing. So, which one of your colleagues will you call?
Dr. Martin Jones over at Cambridge would be ideal to solving our little ancient puzzle of words.
Very well, then. I'll call him first thing in the morning. Also, Constable Rush will be out this way tomorrow afternoon sometime to take our statements about poor Mrs. Collins. Now, until then, let's get out of this old shed. I've got some leftover stew warming up on the stove.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Come on.
Cambridge University, how may I direct your call?
Yes, Dr. Donald Mox calling for Dr. Martin Jones, please.
That's M-O-X, Mox, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please hold. I'm connecting you now. Have a good day.
Thanks. Here you are, Dr. Mox. He'll be on the line shortly.
Thank you, Casey.
This is Dr. Martin Jones speaking. How may I help you?
Martin, old boy! It's me, Donald Mox.
Ah, Dr. Mox. Hello. How's retirement been treating you, old boy? To what do I owe the honor?
Yes, down to business. I need to ask a favor, Martin. When is the soonest you could arrive to my manor?
Whatever do you mean?
Please understand, I'd rather not discuss this matter in full over the phone.
Are you in some sort of trouble, Donald?
Oh, no, nothing like that. Quite the contrary. I've come across something very, very old, and I need a second expert's opinion. So, what do you say? How soon until you arrive?
This requires me to make haste all the way out to the countryside.
Absolutely, Martin. If I were you, I wouldn't waste any more time stressing over the finite details.
I'll leave now. If I can be out there in a couple hours, I suppose, if I hurry as quickly as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. I'll see you soon. Wonderful.
So I take it he agreed then?
Correct. He should be here in a couple of hours.
So, what do we do until then?
We wait patiently.
Well, that sounds like a lovely activity to keep you busy. In the meantime, I'm going to get some house cleaning done. I can't just sit here and wait.
Actually, I might pop out to the shed. Maybe try and get a head start on deciphering.
Fine, but don't get so wrapped up you become absent-minded.
Absent-minded how?
It's nothing to take offense. It's just when you concentrate too hard on something, you tend to be a bit lost in your head, and you stare off and ignore other people around you. Just don't let the need to know control you is all.
My need to quell my understanding for knowledge does not affect me sociably. I will be fine. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hello, my precious stone. Yes. Soon I will know the secrets locked deep within you. Yes, let's see here. Curious to how much Roman Latin I can actually recall. Well, I believe this word means warning. And I know this word is fortune. Curious indeed. Warning and fortune, both scribed onto the stone. There's more text on the sides here. Let's see. A warning to the soul and hope for the heart. The fortune of man. Alive inside. Alive inside? How peculiar. It would be impossible for anything to remain alive inside. This stone's case must be thousands of years old. The fortune of man, eh? What kind of fortune have you buried away here, Mr. Caesar? Wait a tick. I know this word. Come on, old man, dig deep. Gods! A message of the gods. Warning to the soul and hope for the heart, the fortune of man. This word here is too weathered to make out. Then the message completes with alive inside. What in the devil is that supposed to mean, alive inside? I suppose if I only knew what this word was before the phrase alive inside. This symbol, although weathered, I feel as if I know what it is. I've seen this symbol before. Dear Lord, I believe this is the mark of Setesh, god of disorder. Oh, my dear. My intuition speaks clearly now. The fortune of man, the fortune for man. Yes, I understand. Casey! Casey, come quickly, my dear!
What? What happened? Are you okay?
Never better. Casey, I do believe I have solved our little puzzle of ancient words.
You shouted at me for that? Oh, Donald, you scared me nearly to death. Ugh. So, out with it then.
Have you ever heard of the Osiris myth?
Dr. Mox, you know I haven't.
Perfect. Allow me to regale you then. A long time ago, the ancient primeval king known as Osiris ruled the lands of Egypt with his wife Isis firmly at his side, until one day Setesh, the brother of Osiris and the god of disorder and war, marched upon his brother's reign and slayed his own blood. Setesh, of course, assumed the power of the throne.
Predictable so far.
Yes. But here's where it gets interesting. Isis temporarily restores Osiris' soul back into his body in order to posthumously conceive a child. And that child would someday be the great god Horus. And he would avenge his father's death and reinstate order back to Egypt by resurrecting Osiris to his rightful place on the throne. As the years passed, Horus grew stronger, and that is exactly what he did.
What does that have to do with the stone?
I'm getting there. It has been said that the violent wrath of Setesh was no match for the strength of Horus. The battle had lasted over 80 years, constantly bouting each other until Horus gained the upper hand by outwitting Setesh. And Horus fulfilled his birthright. The heart of Setesh, some believe, was lost that day. Horus kept it imprisoned forever. Yes, everything matches perfectly. The myth, the scripture on the stone. Do you realize what I'm saying to you, Casey? Crusted by this very rock lies the possibility of something greater than ourselves, something with no price, because the sheer thought of placing a number on it would be absolute madness.
Well, I'm hardly content. What is it?
The living heart of the god Setesh.
Living? How is that possible?
Well, what good is life without a bit of hope for the impossible?
If you think everything has its price, then why is it so impossible to put a cost on this heart? If that's what it even is. You know, I'm starting to think that old Mrs. Collins was on to something. Perhaps the stone is cursed.
Casey, what I speak of is not superstition. Far from it, in fact. If I am to be correct, then the reason why I cannot merely tag a price upon the god heart is simple. You cannot put a price on something that does not age. nor falter. With the heart in my possession, I will become an immortal.
Will or should? Because either way, I think this whole damn thing is driving you mad.
As if you would pass upon an opportunity such as this.
Who in their right mind would want to live forever? Life is long enough as it is.
To have absolute power. To live. Truly live as a god amongst men. You're going to stand here and lie to me?
My words are no lie. I stand behind every syllable, and I am telling you, no good will come of this.
What would you know? Call Dr. Jones back and tell him his services are no longer needed. I know it's around here somewhere.
I'm sure Dr. Jones has already left, given the urgency you displayed. Donald, what are you looking for?
My pickaxe. Have you seen it recently?
A pickaxe? What for?
For what else would I need a bloody pickaxe? I ask again, have you seen it lying around anywhere?
Why are you being so rude?
My dear Casey, I assure you that I have not yet become rude. However, if you avoid my question again, I will show you me becoming rude. Now, have you seen the goddamned pickaxe?
It's hanging on the wall behind you.
See? How hard was that? Now, dear Casey, I unearth my reward.
Jesus, wait! Just hold on a second. You can't just start swinging that damned axe around. You could hurt yourself. I thought the plan was to wait for Dr. Jones' arrival to at least understand what you'd be unearthing.
Plans change. I already know full and well what awaits me inside this stone. The fortune of man.
And how are you so certain of this?
I'm not as old a fool as you may think. I somewhat transcribed the Latin text on the sides of the stone. Would you care to know what it had to say?
I can already tell based off your obsessive affliction. You have no idea what mysteries live inside that damn stone. And it's certainly not your place to go and solve such mysteries. Donald, please, I implore you to cease what you're doing. Show some reason. Show some restraint.
Casey, you can either find the other axe and lend a helping hand, or you can mind yourself and remember who employs you.
Donald, please.
Get out! You have nothing to offer my situation. A terrible decision to keep you around all these years. I fully accept this as my fault and will take full responsibility for your failure. Now, please leave.
But, Donald...
Do not speak another disrespectful word to me. Gather your things and leave. You're terminated effective immediately. Best that this happens now rather than later. After all, I'm about to become endowed with wealth and power beyond any comprehension, and I'm sure that you want nothing more than to steal this away from me. I know you would kill for it once you fully understand what it is I mean. Do you know how I know this? Because I know I would.
Dr. Mox, you're not making any sense. Please, I'm begging you, don't do that.
Get out! You are fired! I release you, dumb girl! Get out of my premises at once, or I will notify the proper authorities of your trespass!
Oh, you foolish man, I hope you're happy!
Yes, I will be happy soon enough, and you will get nothing! Now leave before I turn a pistol on you for trespassing. Yes, run away, little girl, run away! Back to doing man's work.
Hello? Hello, anybody home? Hello? Mrs. Loveland? Dr. Mox? Now, where could they be? This better not be some Ivy League disaccreditation on my behalf. Oh. That must be Donald in the shed across the yard there.
Dr. Jones, is that you?
Yes, Miss Loveland. Apologies for my tardiness. I tried to make it out here as quickly as I could. Miss Loveland, is everything all right?
Please, call me Casey. And no, everything is not all right. Dr. Mox has just fired me.
Fired you? On what grounds? I had always thought that you two were inseparable from each other.
You thought wrong, Dr. Jones.
Please call me Martin and tell me what happened here.
Dr. Mox is losing his damned mind is what's happening. He's been in the shed all day thinking there's some ancient god's heart living within that stone. Damn thing should have never been dug up. It killed the neighbor across the yard.
It killed the neighbor?
That's right. Poor Mrs. Collins. As soon as they lifted that damn stone out of the ground, down did it come on top of poor Mrs. Collins. And he fired me for trying to get him to be reasonable.
My goodness. Allow me to confer with him. I'll be back momentarily. That's not quite nice. It's not fair either. Dr. Mox, hello. Are you in here? Dr. Mox.
Hello, Jonesy, old boy. You know, you are one dirty son of a bitch. Thought you could just waltz in here and try to take my fortune away from me, eh? Yes, I'm no goddamn fool. I saw you conspiring against me with that traitor Casey, plotting to do away with me, eh? So you can keep the god heart all for yourselves? Ha! Well, you thought wrong, Jonesy boy. This is mine!
Donald, I assure you that nothing of the sort is going on. Certainly no conspiring. Listen to me. Allow me to be your voice of reason here. You have no idea what the hell you are doing with this stone. You understand full and well. The Romans were very cautious with their treasures. Nothing is ever as simple as cracking open a stone. Now, put down the pickaxe, old man. Please, be practical.
I have a question for you. Tell me, what is this symbol here?
You've already deciphered the text, haven't you? I'm not here to play games, Doctor.
Trust me, I'm not playing any games. And yes, I have interpreted most of the texts, for the exception of this symbol here.
Fine, let's see. Christ on a crutch, Donald. You do not know what you're doing. If you continue forward, you will.
I knew it! Say no more. I understand fully. You want practical? Okay, you've got it, Jonesy. Pathetic fool. Well, back to work.
If he wants me gone, then fine, so be it. I don't care anymore. Grumpy old fool. It's not like I cared about him anyway. Ugh, why has the pickaxing continued? Are they both at it now? Absolutely ridiculous. There. All packed for the most part. I'll have the rest sent for... Damn old fool.
Good afternoon, Miss Loveland. How are you today?
Terrible. Thanks for asking.
Sorry if I offended you, miss. Is everything all right?
No. I apologize for being rude, but no, everything is far from all right. Dr. Mox has lost his mind, and I suppose Dr. Jones has joined in on the madness. Plenty to go around. So, word of advice, don't get caught up in it. I'll have nothing to do with that type of lunacy.
Please, miss, slow down. What are you talking about? Are you in danger?
No, I'm fired is what I am. Donald has lost it. That damn stone has some sort of ancient treasure inside of it. Look, I'm done talking about that cursed stone. I don't care. I'd like to leave now.
Just hold a moment, Miss Loveland. I still need to take your statement about Millie Collins' death.
What's to say? The stone crushed her to death. There, that's my statement. Can I go now?
Not just yet. Please, miss. Your cooperation would be greatly appreciated. Where's Dr. Mox now?
Can't you hear it? He's been in the shed all day. I'd look there.
Do you mind accompanying me to greet him?
Fine. But after that, I'm leaving, okay?
Understood.
This way.
Thank you. Why is this door locked?
I don't know. Dr. Mox? Dr. Jones, hello? Why is the door locked? Open up. Constable Rush is here to take your statement, Dr. Mox. Dr. Mox! Hello!
Go away! This is my time now, my reward. You will never take it away from me, never!
You see what I've been dealing with? Can't you just bust the door down?
Bust down the door? Why on earth would I do that? No crime has been committed here. I have no reason.
Well, Constable, looks as if we're at a standstill.
Wait. What is that there on the ground?
Where?
Here, by the door. Looks like.
Blood?
Do not touch that, miss, please. Allow me. Well, there's no denying it. This is freshly splattered blood.
Oh my...
Now, my dear, I have a reason.
Open up in there! Box, this is Constable Rush.
I don't care who the hell you are! You have no right to be here! Now get off my premises before it is too late!
Are you threatening a law official?
Take it however you want. It doesn't matter one iota to me. Nothing will matter anymore, not once I've claimed my reward.
Listen to me, Donald. I've known you for over 30 years. This isn't like you. Why don't you come out of there and let us work this out like reasonable human beings?
It is far too late for reason to prevail, Jeffrey. I must complete this task bestowed upon me.
Ask him where Dr. Jones has gone to.
Donald! Open the damn door!
No! Go away!
Donald! Have you got Dr. Jones in there with you?
Yes! And he's dead! I've killed him for conspiring against me with that damned traitor assumably standing next to you.
So you confess to the murder of Dr. Jones?
Call it what you want, Constable!
You murderer! You've gone off the deep end, Donald! They're going to lock you up and throw away the key!
So be it! There is nothing more that this world can offer me other than the absolute power to control it. And it won't be much longer now. I'm almost through the stone.
Stand back, Miss Loveland.
What are you doing?
Breaking down the door, of course. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's smart. Oh, once again. 1, 2, 3.
Go away! Just leave me alone, goddammit!
Last chance, Donald. Open up or the door is coming down.
Do your worst, Constable.
So be it. Stand a little further back, Miss Loveland. Thank you.
I've done it! Ah! Oh my god! My face! My face!
Oh my god!
Keep back, Mrs. Loveland.
What's happening to him?
Oh, acid salt.
Help me! Help me!
Oh god. Is he dead?
Oh, without a doubt. Pressure in the giant stone must have been building up for centuries. Shame. Damn shame.
Oh god. Donald, you old fool. I told you. Why didn't you just listen to me?
Sorry, Mrs. Loveland.
Oh god, Dr. Jones. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Maybe you should go wait outside for now. I'll radio for backup.
No. Not yet. I've got to see what the hell was in that cursed stone. What was so important that Donald not only took a life, but died in the process.
I must admit I'm a bit more than curious myself. Don't you think it's best to wait until we get this mess cleared away?
If there's one thing I learned from Donald, it's that there's no time like the present. And I already know what you're going to say. Look where that's gotten him. However, if I am to walk away from this forever, I'd rather walk away knowing why.
Please be careful.
Ow!
Are you all right, miss?
Yes, I'm fine. Just cut my hand on a jagged rock. It's nothing to be alarmed about.
Miss Loveland, please. Here, tie this cloth around your hand. You're bleeding all over the stone.
Thank you, Constable Rush. What the hell is that?
God in heaven is that?
He was right. Donald was right the entire time. It's alive.
Right or wrong, we are endowed with what cannot be changed. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and damned is the soul that acts without knowledge. This concludes tonight's libretto of strange fantasy. Tune in next week for another look into the strange and obscure.
Librettos of Strange Fantasy presented Tiger by the Tail, written and produced by Travis Scarbro and Trey Gonzales. The players of tonight's tale are as follows: Heath Allyn as Dr. Donald Mox, Cortney Michelle Hafner as Casey Loveland, Trey Gonzales as Davy and Constable Rush, Travis Scarbro as Dr. Martin Jones, and Veronica Orosco as the Cambridge receptionist. Librettos of Strange Fantasy is copyright 2016 Burke Funk Media, all rights reserved. All characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons living or dead is purely coincidental.